My name is Zac Harris, also known as Xuavage Love. That's my Instagram tag. I'm a model. I've been modeling for about 2.5 years. I have 3 publications, 2 in the same magazine, Period Magazine, and a recent publication that just came out at the beginning of March for Elegant Magazine. I'm an independent artist. I really enjoy modeling because I enjoy becoming the art. I enjoy being a piece of what is created. There's nothing, being that close to being the art and having people, see you as the art and an image more than just a picture, that's always the goal. I'm definitely fit to be a model and believe and know that I'm capable of being a successful model in my eyes as alone, not just everyone else's, because I'm very versatile. I can do street, and I can do high fashion, I can do artistic. I love to do supermodeling, artistic, sexual things. I also like to do a lot of campaigns. I have a nice smile. I enjoy just doing a lot of things, and I'm not afraid to get outside of the box and create with others. And I believe you have to have an open mind to model as well. Having an open mind is definitely beneficial, and it's a good asset to have for modeling because you don't have any judgment and you're open to work with others, as opposed to having your mind set in a box and creating the same thing that you feel comfortable with, or the same thing everyone else is creating. You get to create true art, which sometimes may even seem wrong, or just because it might not look good or I might not like it doesn't make it not art. So it's something that you have to really have. You definitely have to have an open mind. I'm also a music artist and definitely a lyricist. So a lot of the music that I think of in my head inspires what I do on camera. And a lot of music that I hear in the world inspires everything that I've already done on camera. I see myself progressing through hard work. Always just working hard, reaching a goal and exceeding the limits that others thought that you couldn't do, Or when someone says, oh, you've done it, I'm thinking, no, I have much more to go, because when creating art, you have to keep moving or else you just get stuck. And as an artist, you don't want to be stuck in your own thoughts and not getting to create your visions. It'll drive you crazy. So just the hard work is definitely going to be that, and the dream to spread the art for more than myself is for the people. And I think that's just something that a lot of people don't have, is to use their heart, and hard work is definitely what you have to have. Networking is 250% key in anything that you're trying to pursue, in modeling especially, because you never know who's who. And if you don't step outside and let people know what you're trying to do, then they'll never know if you have no one's gonna see your confidence or feel your confidence. And how can someone believe in you if you don't believe in yourself enough to go out and let people know, or seek people that are doing the same things you're trying to do? If you never speak to anyone or never reach out to people that are probably, not doing better, but doing what you are aspiring to do, then you're never gonna progress. So networking is 100% key in anything, but especially in modeling. I've met 90% of the people through networking, through stepping out, through just sending a message, through just walking down the street and recognizing someone and just being 100% pure from the heart, just letting them know, like, oh, I appreciate you and your work that you've created. Treating people like humans and not just celebrities or figures. When you're networking with someone, you're just speaking to another human, that's it. But when you find out that that's their work, you appreciate their work and you appreciate the hard work that they put in to create what they've done. So you have to network. If you don't network, and best of luck to you, because it's going to be damn near impossible. I shoot with Dakota, Gotten Boss, and Super Million Visuals. I mean, if I would have never met him, then I don't know where I'd be. And also meeting my new brand, Killam, Raquel, she makes things so much easier for me because she's doing the clothing and I can model. Just like Dakota does videography and photography, and I'm a model, and it helps me practice and it helps him practice, and we've been able to grow and create our brands together, and I think that's very key. I've met many stylists who have helped me progress in my fashion knowledge, so that way I could step outside the box and put on my own style and, you know, feel comfortable enough to ask a photographer to shoot it or do a video and work with a creative project. You make really good relationships through networking, and you can meet really great people. So definitely, I'm so thankful for everyone that I've met through networking. It's been a blessing. Multiple times I've gone out, you know, all the time basically. Go out with different designers, photographers, clothing brand ambassadors, and search for inspiration. You know, we just actually just appreciate each other's time, go out and then turn what was into an inspiration into a creation. And it's always like a really good time, and it always is very beneficial to both of us. It's nice to work with people that are working towards a goal, you know, towards an achievement. And those are some of my best days, is, you know, not being afraid to like have an idea or being like, oh, I saw this nice area, and like go see how it inspires me, you know, with another creative artist. Those are some of the best days. My biggest inspiration is music. Music inspires me because I understand how music affects the subconscious mind and makes me feel certain ways. So I think music leads to emotion. I think certain emotions inspire me, and the things that I visually see and can hear as well is what brings my emotion out. So a lot of pain has inspired a lot what I do. Joy has inspired me as well, but the music is the key to inspiration, and the energy that I feel from people also is very inspiring. I know that it's very key is like being in like connection with the other artists that you're working with. Some photographers, you know, when you're shooting, you create a vibe together, and you can't mimic that vibe. What you're creating is something that only you can feel at that moment, and when it's projected into an image, you just created everything that you were trying to do, and even more sometimes. So definitely just music and energy is definitely my biggest inspirations. Yeah, when it's all said and done, I definitely want people to refer to me and know me as, you know, Xuavage Love is love. You know, no judgment, no hate, no envy, just belief and support, you know, whether I believe in it or not. Like if I'm agreeing with it, I still believe in you. And if you put in the work, then I stand by you, you know. And whether that's a good or bad thing, I'm not really concerned about anyone's opinion on that. I just want them to know that it's purity of love. What I'm giving you is pure energy. And so whatever you're gonna receive from me is not gonna take away from any manifestation or type of attraction you're trying to achieve. Because a lot of energy out there can take away from what you're supposed to achieve in life. And I want people to know that Xuavage Love, Zac Harris, was nothing but love, and I can never find another person like that. And the mark that he's made is through his art was just something that makes me feel a certain way every time. I'm not afraid. If I see somebody I want to speak to, I speak to them. If someone's reaching out to me and I'm digging their energy, then I receive their energy, you know? I give the energy I get. Nothing less, because you have to have balance. If you don't have balance, then it's just all awkward. So the energy I get is the energy you receive, you know? And I believe that that's the best way to communicate with people, is to let them know that you see them and understand them on an equal level. And I think that makes people feel comfortable, and in turn makes you feel comfortable. So the best way I communicate with people is through balance. My fitness lifestyle, I aim to feel healthy above everything. So from the inside out, I just recently got a gym membership. I didn't have a gym membership for about 3.5 years. So all I would do is calisthenics training, yoga, Pilates, basketball about almost every day for my cardio. You can find me at Venice Beach playing basketball like all the time. It's a great environment, you know, and I always used to watch White Man Can't Jump, and I've been playing basketball at Venice on the main court since I was about 5. So that's where I'm always playing, you know. And they have the workout place where you can do the pull-ups, so that's where my fitness routine is, probably closer to the beach. Limitations as far as what I want to achieve, no limitations at all. I don't limit myself to what my idea of success will be, and limiting my dreams. I don't limit my dreams. Other people, that's up to them, what their idea of limitations are. But as far as exceeding in life and prospering spiritually, I have zero limitations. So I'm making this video and having this interview done because I have no fear. So there are no limitations right there. Everything that I'm going to achieve, I'm going to achieve. It just takes time. It's not set in stone what time when it's gonna happen. Things don't happen overnight, but they can through a process of consistency. So as long as I stay consistent in my art and my work and finding balance in my life, I have zero limitations. Traveling to do a shoot is the dream, Traveling to do art is the dream. Traveling to do what you love is the dream. So anytime that I have gotten the opportunity to take off to another place to do a shoot is always a blessing. One of my most enjoyable times, especially because I'm young and I'm ready, so it's a very easy process for me. And it's beautiful because there's your inspiration. Being able to travel is inspiration because the world has so many different things to offer you that you just can't get in one state or even one country, so traveling to do shoot is a dream, and I love to travel. It's just like one of the best things. It's good for you. My talents, I work on cars, so I'm really, really good with mechanical things. I understand a lot of things about electronics and technical problems. I specialize in diagnosing the vehicles, so I learn how to understand a problem and why it's happening, so I can do preventive maintenance on things like that. I'm also very, very musically inclined. I think that's one of my biggest talents, and that's something for the world to see in time, and that's one of my best arts, I feel like, is being visionary as well. Yeah, the modeling agencies and modeling community, yeah, they do sometimes get a bad rep, I think that it's all up to circumstance and basically your opinion. Nothing comes easy. So if you want something, you have to work for it, and sometimes you have to, work harder than you expected. And not everyone's gonna like you, and not everyone's gonna wanna work with you. But there are people that are gonna wanna work with you, and there are people that are gonna like you. So the people that accept you, and you also accept, take advantage of that and appreciate that, It's not a bad industry. It's just a very difficult industry to break through. And I'm still in the process, and a lot of people also are still in the process, and that's okay because you don't just give up. There's something you want to do, you continue and work hard, and I think it'd be easy to overcome. I used to get shy in front of the camera because you're not comfortable, or you may not be certain if this is okay. But I learned if you're gonna do something, get rid of all the fear, get rid of all the shyness, and just do it. Because there's no point of half-stepping anything. You don't want to half-step it, or not even quarter-step it, or whatever you want to do. You got to go all the way in. So not anymore. I'm not shy in front of the camera. I'm actually more comfortable on set camera than like the normal person's camera out in the street. Like if someone's trying to take a picture with me or something like that, I'm more likely to be that type of shy rather than in front of the camera. Modeling is for sure more strenuous than people realize. It's definitely something that's like no other. Sometimes it can be really easy, based on the job or based on your gifts or the talent or what you're good at. And that's why I say being versatile is a very great asset to have, and I'm blessed to have that. It's not as easy as people think until someone's in front of the camera and someone's telling you to act a certain way, and then what if they're not happy with the way you're doing what you're supposed to be doing? You're not doing your job correct. No one thinks that's easy, So these are the things that people don't think of because they've never been in those situations. So it's way more strenuous than people actually believe. Modeling is something that I think that I avoided for a while. I didn't believe that was for me at the time. I thought that I had other dreams and other goals, and I found out that I was lost trying to find what I was searching for, when it was really within me. It was literally, I was just searching for myself. And so I've just recently started it, like I said, about 2.5 years ago, and it's been nothing but great for me. Good and bad experiences, I learned from all. So I definitely say it's something that I'm working on now, for sure. Some of the best things about being a model are obviously, you know, the clothes, you know, getting to be a part of the dope ideas and concepts and visions that people create, the free food you get sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and being treated, you know, like people appreciate you for what you're doing. That's always like one of the best feelings. Some of the worst things are like confirmation times, people not showing up, people being late, unorganization is really bad, and especially a lot of people calling out, you know, the day of or like the day before, not giving enough time to be replaced, you know. So waiting is definitely some of the worst things about it, you know. It's a very unsettling thing, but that's okay because that's part of the grind. So you gotta live for what you love, and if you love modeling, then you gotta love it all.